That's why tonight belongs to you. It was a creed written into the founding documents that declared the destiny of a nation. Yes, we can.
Well, I just think it's all gone a bit crazy with how easy it is to get a gun over here. I mean, I don't know quite what the process is, but it seems that it's very easy for people to get them, and then obviously that can fall into the wrong hands, and ultimately it's just going to escalate and get worse, and very many innocent people die because of it, which obviously is not something that I'm sure America is condoning and wants to happen.
Trying to take away weapons from law-abiding citizens. There's no such thing as a gun that kill. Guns don't kill people. I've had guns in my house and sleep with them every night. Never once has the gun jumped up and attacked me. So it's not guns that are the problem, it's the people. And you have a situation now where people have attacked people with guns. Some would say they're false flags to try to push the agenda of gun control. But regardless, the bottom line is it's the people that are actually doing the actions, not the guns. So if they deal with the issues of what's causing the people to snap, if you will, and shoot people, they should focus on that rather than the 99.9% of the gun owners that are legal, law-abiding, safe, educated gun owners.
You should have some type of training on handling a firearm, and none of this mess. You go to a 3-hour seminar, and you get a little bit training, and then that's it. No, having a firearm is something that you have to practice with on a routine basis. Not just this one-time class you take, and then okay, you're able to carry a firearm. Absolutely. You should have that.
I'm a little concerned about regulating too tightly that, again, I'm not sure that we should have assault weapons on our bodies on the outside, but I'm not really sure I would give up the right to have one if I thought I wanted one in my home, but I'm not sure I should bring it on the street maybe.
Every time somebody gets shot with a gun, I think, oh man, it's another win for the NRA. Typical point, George Zimmerman with a gun. He shot a kid walking home from 7-Eleven. Now, if he'd had a stun gun instead of a gun that shoots bullets, we'd never even heard about this. So, totally, I don't see any use for guns. Guns are for people that want to have power to kill other people.
It's always going to be a touchy subject with it being one of our First Amendments. So if you're trying to even touching on guns in general, people get really offensive to it. So I honestly don't know how you'd come at it, but I mean, I think guns are always going to be in American society. That's how we were founded. But stuff does have to change. Like I actually read yesterday in my hometown of Brunswick, Georgia, a kid was shot by a 10-year-old. A baby was just shot in the head, by just a 10-year-old boy. So that kind of got to me. Definitely need to keep kids more away from guns, and they should be more regulated, but I'm not sure how.
You got some people that collect guns for a sport. It's more of a hobby, not to really shoot people, but you got some people that like to hunt. And you got some people that like to that do it for a sport, that they go to shooting. You talking about as far as the semi-automatic and the automatic guns?
Yes, considering those usually aren't used for hunting.
Well, I don't know, because I would see some of them weapons, if you file them down, they can be turned into automatic guns if you remove the right firing pin, and it will be illegal for people to have them. So not necessarily that these people are going to use these guns for violence, but I think we should be able to buy automatic weapons, because you got some people that just like to go to the target range and experiment and shoot clay. That's like a southern, guns is like a southern culture. Rifles and hunting. Not that these people go do violence with it, but I think most of the people that own guns, they they're not locked up. They haven't shot nobody.
I don't think that a regular household, unless you're collecting guns, but other than that, to have fully automatic weapons like that on your person is definitely should be illegal.
I think background checks are a no-brainer for anyone to buy any type of gun, and have a waiting period, things like that. Just generally make it harder. Black market, things like that. That's gonna exist, and I understand the argument that the what if argument. Well, what if someone opens fire, with an assault rifle, and there's no one there that is also armed with an assault rifle? Well, I don't know. I just don't really buy that argument. I think the gunman with an assault rifle is going to do a lot more damage anyway before it, and people just don't carry around assault rifles in public in the event that a crazed gunman is also armed with a gun rifle. Does that make sense? Yes. So,
and it's not about liberty. It's about being with the times, and this is the world we live in, and there's bad people out there, and bad people get their hands on weapons and they do really bad things, and we need to try to limit that as much as possible.
Assault weapon, something like an AK-47, man, what reason does the average human being, what will you be using that for? It's just, that's too much. It's too much firepower. For one individual to have. They're outgunning the law enforcement now, with those type of assault weapons, you got one of them, as far as I'm concerned, you plan on doing something, it's a little bit further than protecting, you going, taking it to measures of seriously injuring multiple people, that's the only way that justify for having something like that. You definitely are going out to kill multiple people, mass murder.
I don't really think it's that big of an issue. If people are gonna do bad stuff and kill people, they're gonna find other ways to do it. So,
and just because an issue doesn't necessarily affect you as an individual, you shouldn't be selfish enough to not think of the other people. Maybe I don't have a problem with giving up my gun, but if someone wants to, it's their right. Who am I to say what they can do with their
If you get rid of guns, then the only people who are gonna have guns are criminals. They're gonna.
That's true.
So, and banning guns isn't going to get rid of guns. It just gives more power to the government. Things have been, other things have been banned before, alcohol, that has been banned before, and people still had it. And so I think that people are going to find ways to go around it.
Yeah. Look at Europe; it's collapsing and stuff. So that's what I think.
Kennesaw, I think you have to have a permit. You have to have a license. You have to carry a gun. But I don't think that's because, and believe me, they have everybody carry a gun. They have very little shooting. People don't. I don't think they have too many people getting shot, but everybody got a gun. Because they say a well-armed community is a quiet, safe community. That's what they say. I don't know how true that statistic is.
Yes, we can. It was the call of workers who organized, women who reached for the ballot, a president who chose the moon as our new frontier, and a king who took us to the mountaintop and pointed the way to the promised land. Yes, we can, and justice